Hello everyone, my name is Satyanarayan. In this session, I'm going to take you through a few tips to help you solve questions on error spotting. Now before we take a look at the tips, there are certain rules that you must follow. One, it is extremely essential that you know the basic rules of English grammar. More importantly, you must also know the various exceptions that exist in English grammar. Okay, here's the first tip. Normally a past tense in the principal clause is followed by a past tense in the subordinate clause. For example, we do not say, he said that the hockey match is postponed. Instead, the correct way to write this is, he said that the hockey match was postponed. Because the past tense of the principal clause said that is past, we must say was postponed in the subordinate clause as well. If two actions in a sentence are shown happening in the past, one after the other, then the first act should be in past perfect and the second in simple past. So, for example, we do not say the bus left before I reached the station. The correct way to write this would be the bus had left before I reached the station. The first action is the bus leaving, so it is in the past perfect form had left. The second action is me reaching the station, so we use the simple past form reached. If in a sentence two actions are mentioned and both are going to take place in the future, then the sequence of the tenses will be as follows. For example, it is incorrect to say, if she will pay me, I shall do the work. The correct form would be, if she pays me, I shall do the work. Notice we do not say will pay, we say pays. Any tense can be used in the subordinate clause if it gives the comparison by using the word than. So, for example, he respected you more than he respects his aunt. Or, the teacher liked Raj better than he liked me. When there is a word or an expression which shows the past time, then it is correct to use the simple past tense. So, for example, it is incorrect to say he has taken the exam yesterday. The action has already taken place in the past. So the correct form is he took the exam yesterday. There are three kinds of conditional clauses. Study their structure well. Remember, the clause with the word if or unless is called the conditional clause. So type 1, where the present tense is used in the conditional clause, we write, if he comes, I shall welcome him. Type 2 is the past tense being used in the conditional clause. So the correct way to write would be, if he came, I would welcome him. And type 3 is the past perfect tense being used in the conditional clause. We say, if he had come, I would have welcomed him. Type 1 means that it is likely that he will come. Type 2 means it is unlikely, and type 3 is a past condition that can never be realized. When an action that has taken place in the two clauses of a sentence are different, the verb is used in both the clauses according to the requirement. So for example, we do not say, my father has and is still doing good work for charity. The correct form would be, my father has done and is still doing good work for charity. When an action has taken place in the past and still continues in the present, the perfect continuous tense form of the verb should be used. For example, we do not say, we are studying law for the last 2 years. The correct form is, we have been studying law for the last 2 years. The future or present tense are not used after such expressions as suppose that, it is high time, etc. So for example, it is proper to say it is high time that you went home. Some nouns are used only in the singular form and they always take a singular verb. For example, we do not say the sceneries here are breathtaking. We say the scenery here is breathtaking. So here is a list of some common singular nouns. Words like scenery, advice, information, machinery, stationery, furniture, fuel, news, hardware, poetry, business, economics, innings, gallows, luggage, etc. are always used in the singular form. If you want to indicate that the number of news items, advice, information or furniture is more than one, then you can use the expressions like a lot of information or many pieces of furniture. Now some nouns are singular in form, but they are used as plural nouns and they always take a plural verb. For example, the police have arrested the thief and not has. The police here is the plural noun. We do not say the scissors is on the table. We say the scissors are on the table. Although it is a single item, scissors or pair of scissors is always taken as a plural noun. Some common plural nouns include words such as trousers, scissors, spectacles, measles, goods, arms, premises, tanks, cattle, gentry, peasantry, artillery, people, clergy, company, police, etc. When nouns indicating length, measure, money, weight or number are used after numerals, they retain the same form in the plural as well. So for example, dozen, score, gross, 100, 1,000, etc. will retain the same form in the plural as well. So we say he has bought 2 dozen mangoes. We do not say 2 dozens. Similarly, this shot costs 700 rupees. Now collective nouns like jury, public, team, committee, garment, etc. can be used both as singular and plural depending on the meaning. So when they indicate a unit, it is singular, and if it refers to the members, then it is plural. For example, a committee was appointed to study the matter. Here we use it in the singular form. But the committee were divided on the question of increased salary for the employees. Here, it is not possible for a single unit to be divided an opinion. You require at least 2. So here we use the word committee as a plural. Certain verbs, when used as intransitive verbs, always take a reflexive pronoun after them. For example, we do not say he enjoyed very much during the holidays. We say he enjoyed himself very much during the holidays. We also say she availed herself of 7 days of leave. The reflexive pronoun herself is necessary in this statement. The word who denotes the subject and whom denotes the object. So for example, we do not say who am I speaking to. We say whom am I speaking to, because here I am the subject and the person to whom I am speaking is the object. Similarly, we do not say whom does he think won the prize, but who does he think won the prize. The noun following one of, some of, none of, and similar expressions must be plural, but the verb agrees in number with the subject of the sentence. For example, one of my friend is coming to dinner is wrong, because when we say one of, we say one item out of many. So the correct form would be one of my friends is coming to dinner. The pronoun must always agree with its antecedent in person, number, and gender. Note that words like every, none, much are considered singular words, while words like all, some, most, many, and people are considered to be plural. For example, we do not say everyone must pay their fees. Everyone here is singular. So the correct form would be everyone must pay his fees or everyone must pay her fees. Similarly, we do not say all students must pay his fees. All, remember, is plural. So we say all students must pay their fees. When two singular nouns are joined by words like either or neither nor, the sentence is treated to be singular. So for example, we do not say neither Raj nor Mohit were late. We say neither Raj nor Mohit was late. But if one of the nouns is plural, then the verb should agree with whichever noun is close to it. So for example, neither Preeti nor her friends has finished would be wrong. Now, the closer noun in this case is the friends, which is plural. So the correct form would be neither Preeti nor her friends have finished. The word few means not many. It is the opposite of the word many. A few, remember, is positive. It means some at least. And it is the opposite of none. So the few means whatever there is. The word few is same, but the article placed before it makes a huge difference. So remember, all of these denote specific numbers. Now the word little means hardly any. A little means some, though not much. And the little means not much, but all there is. Normally the word than is used for the comparative degree, but with words like prefer, superior, inferior, senior, junior, prior, etc., the word to is used instead of than. For example, we do not say I prefer coffee than tea. We say I prefer coffee to tea. When expressions like along with, as well as, together with, no less than, in addition to, accompanied by, are used to join two subjects, the verb must agree with the first subject. For example, we do not say Chandan as well as his brothers are coming to dinner. Here, the first subject is Chandan, a singular, and hence the correct way to write this is Chandan as well as his brothers is coming to dinner. We do not say the children along with their teacher has gone to Goa. The children, the first subject in the sentence, is plural, and hence the correct form is the children along with their teacher have gone to Goa. The words scarcely and hardly are followed by when and not by than. For example, hardly had I entered the house when the electricity went off. Remember, no sooner is always followed by than. For example, the correct way to write the sentence is no sooner had I entered the house than the electricity went off. The word lest is always followed by should. Not is never used with lest. So, the correct sentence is study carefully lest you should fail. The word unless has a negative sense and it expresses a condition. So, not is never used with it. For example, we do not say unless you do not play well, you will not win. The correct sentence is unless you play well, you will not win. This gives the sense if you do not play well, you will not win. The word since indicates a point of time and for stands for a period of time. So, we say he has been studying since midday. The action of studying has started since a specific point of time, and that is the midday. He has been studying for 2 hours. Here, 2 hours is a period of time, and hence we use the word for. If pronouns of different persons are to be used together in a sentence, then the order of persons should be as follows. It should always be the third person, then the second person, and the first person at the end. Remember, in school we used to say this, that put the donkey the last. And who's the donkey? I am the donkey. So, we say he, you, and I have finished the work. The word some is used in affirmative sentences to express a quantity or a degree. For example, we say the boy has some homework. The word any is used in negative or an interrogative sentence. So, the example would be, does the boy have any homework? The word many a is always followed by a singular verb. For example, many a man has drowned in the sea is the correct sentence. We would not say many a men have drowned in the sea, because many a is always followed by the singular verb. A number of takes a plural verb and the number of takes a singular verb. For example, we say the number of students is very small, while a number of boys were late for school. The word not is never used with the word until. For example, we would not say, wait here until I do not return. The correct form is, wait here until I return. That means wait here till the time I return. The word as if is always followed by were, even with the third person singular, when it shows pretension. What do I mean by that? Well, it is incorrect to say he spends as if he was a rich man. Now the meaning of the sentence is he spends pretending to be a rich man, and hence the correct form is he spends as if he were a rich man. Each other is used for two, and one another is used to refer to more than two. For example, we would say Ram and Leela hate each other. Here we have two people, so we use each other. Tom, Dick and Harry love one another. Here more than two people are being indicated, and hence it is proper to use one another. The words these and those are plural. They cannot properly qualify sort and kind, which are singular nouns. So, it is improper to say these sort of houses. It should be this sort of houses or houses of this sort. Now, two subjects joined by the word and will always take a plural verb. But when it is considered as a single unit, the verb will be singular. So, we say oil and water do not mix together. Bread and butter were bought separately. Slow and steady wins the race. Here slow and steady are taken as a single unit, and hence the singular verb wins. Bread and butter is my breakfast, because bread and butter is considered to be a single unit in this case. If the two nouns refer to two different persons, definite article or possessive pronoun should be repeated and the verb should be used in plural. So, the orator and the statesman are good friends. So we use the article the with both orator and statesman. The orator and statesman is no more. Here we are talking about the same person who's both an orator and a statesman. So we do not use the article the before statesman. Here the reference is to the same person, and hence a singular verb is used. The pronoun one must be followed by once. For example, one must do his best is incorrect. The correct way to write this sentence is one must do one's best. Words like politics, ethics, economics, mathematics, etc. usually take a singular verb, but they take a plural verb when they refer to study, science, or practice. For example, we say economics is a popular subject. The economics of the situation have been discussed at some length. Notice, in the first sentence we used the singular verb is, but in the second sentence we used the plural have been discussed. When adjectives such as much, less, little, more are used as nouns, they must have a singular verb. For example, less than ₹1,000,000 of rupees is required. Now because the adjective less is used, we use the singular verb is. A little of good habits makes our life happy. For the word little, we use the singular verb makes. A gerund is placed after a preposition. So, we say he insisted on taking his car. Nouns followed by a gerund are put in the possessive case. For example, she dislikes her child's playing all the time. Now for those of you who do not know what a gerund is, that is the ing form. The child's indicates the possessive case, the apostrophe s, and hence the apostrophe s is followed by the gerund playing. With a view to is always followed by a gerund and not by an adjective. So, we say we go to school with a view to studying and not with a view to study. Expressions like would rather, rather than, had better, and some principal verbs like bid, watch, see, let, make, help, hear, etc. take bare infinitives, that is infinitives without the prefix to. So you say you had better not buy that TV and not you had not to better to buy or something like that. See how confusing it gets. Help him lift that box and not help him to lift that box. The word else is always followed by but and never by than. For example, it is nothing else but your pride which makes you say such a thing. So here were a few basic rules of English grammar which would help you spot the errors. There are many such little rules which you need to be aware of. But rather than memorizing them, it would make a lot of sense to keep reading a lot and keep speaking. By reading the works of good authors, you automatically build a sense on when a sentence is grammatically correct and when it is not. This was a session on error spotting. My name is N. Satyanarayan. Wish you all the best. Have a good day.